Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain about not XPath function. So let's get started. Generally, we write the XPath expressions to locate the elements which match a particular condition. That is a general scenario. But what if you want to locate an element which should not match a condition opposite of, matching a condition which is not matching a condition? How that is possible? In such kind of XPath expressions, we have to specify or use not XPath function. Okay, so with practical demonstration, you will understand this theoretical part just now I covered for you. Okay, so let's get started. So as part of this practical demonstration, we are going to solve all these challenges. As part of solving these challenges, we are going to understand how to use this not XPath function in XPath expressions for locating the elements that does not match a particular condition. Okay, so first challenge, locate the paragraph which doesn't have ID value as something. Okay, let's solve this. So for that, I'll take you to a sample application page. I'll open the browser and take you to the sample application page, which is on my name. You have to type my first name, then followed by last name, then say .github.io. When you're taken to this page, right click on this page and select inspect option. Now you'll get this Google Chrome dev tools, expand all this HTML code here. And on the right side, click on this double arrow and select selector sub. Okay, now here you need to write the XPath expression. Okay, now here I'm going to write an XPath expression, which is going to locate an element which matches the condition first. Okay, before explaining how to locate an element which doesn't match a condition by using the not function in XPath expressions, before going there directly, first I'll go with the general thing. Okay, I want to locate an element which satisfies a particular condition. Okay, general scenario I'll explain. So let's say I want to locate the paragraph. I want to locate a paragraph which has a ID attribute value as para1. The condition here is the paragraph should have the ID attribute value as para1 is a condition. Okay, so how do I write? Double forward slash p square bracket at the rate ID is equal to single quotes para1. If I am writing like this, so this XPath expression is locating this first paragraph on this web page, which is actually satisfying the condition. This is a condition that I have mentioned in between the opening and closing square brackets. Where is the condition? In this particular XPath expression, where is the condition? This particular element is matching. This is a condition, guys. At the rate ID is equal to para1 is a condition. So the paragraph which is having the ID as para1 is getting located. Okay. So this is general case. What if I want to locate the paragraphs which should not have ID as para1? If I ask you to write an XPath expression for you to locate the paragraphs which should not contain the ID attribute value as para1. Here it contains. In the general case, this paragraph contains the ID attribute value as para1 got located. But what if I want to locate the paragraphs on this web page which should not contain, opposite, should not contain ID attribute value as para1? How to do that? So you know that this is a condition, right? This part is a condition. This one, I have to pass it to the not function. First, you have to, in between the square brackets, you have to write not function like this. Now, in between the circular brackets of the not function, you write that particular condition. Earlier, whatever the condition you have directly written inside the opening and closing square brackets, that condition you specify in between the circular brackets. That is at the rate ID is equal to what is that value? Para1. So what happens? This time, you are going to locate the paragraph on this website page, which does not contain ID attribute value as para1. Okay, press enter. You see? It's not locating the first paragraph. Here only two paragraphs are there. Okay. The other paragraph, which doesn't contain ID as para1, it has ID as para2. It doesn't have ID as para1, is getting located. Hope you're able to understand, right, how to use the not function in XPath expressions to locate the elements which doesn't match the given condition. This is a condition. And this particular element getting located should not match this condition. That's why we gave not function here. Or we specified this particular condition inside the not function in between the square brackets. Okay. Fine. This is the answer. I'll copy this and provide the answer here or mention the answer here. As part of solving the first challenge of understanding not function in XPath expressions, this is the answer for the first challenge. Now, second one, locate the paragraph which doesn't have the text as something. Okay, so I want to first I'll go with the general. Every time I go with the not function before going with the not function in these examples as part of solving, right? First, I'll cover the positive case where I will be locating the paragraph which contains that, which has that particular text, which has a text as something. Then I'll explain how to use a not function to go with the opposite, that is, which doesn't have the text as something. Okay. So here in the same website page, I locate the paragraph. I locate the paragraph which has a text between the tags as another paragraph of text. Like this, I'll write, let's say. Okay. So I'm going to locate the paragraph which has a text as another paragraph of full text I need to give. When I'm using the text function, I have to give the full text between the tags of the element. Press enter. It's locating the second paragraph, which is containing the text as another paragraph of text. Okay, this is a positive case. But what if I want to locate or find the element on this web page or paragraph element on this web page, which should not contain the text as this particular text. Okay, which should not contain this particular text. How to do that? So this part is nothing but the condition, guys. This condition I am specifying between the opening and closing square brackets. So what I'll do is I'll just cut from here. I'll remove from here. And first I'll write not. Okay, inside the square brackets, I'll provide the not. And in between the circular brackets, I'll provide the same thing. That is text function is equal to, in single quotes, give that value. That is another paragraph of a text you give here. Okay. So now it will locate the paragraph element on this web page, which don't contain or which doesn't contain another paragraph of text. Press enter, you see? The first paragraph is getting located because the first paragraph doesn't contain another paragraph of text. Instead, it contains a paragraph of text between the tags. So this opposite of this element is getting located. Okay. So this is the answer. So this is the answer, guys. So let me write down the answer here. Okay. So this is the answer for that thing. Okay. So it's not fitting here. So what I will do here is I'll just do something. So I'll just drag it down, give a gap so that I can paste the answer here properly. Done. Okay. So locate the paragraph which doesn't have text as something is this is the answer. Now next challenge. Locate the paragraph which it doesn't contain here has a text, full text. It should have complete text. But here, locate the paragraph which doesn't contain some text. How to write that? First, I'll write the positive case where I will be locating the paragraph which contains the text. Then I'll explain how to use a not function in that XPath expression to locate a paragraph which doesn't contain the text. Opposite one. Okay. Double forward slash p square bracket. And here I need to use contains function. And in between the contains circular brackets of the contains function, I'll be write comma. On the left side of the comma, I'll provide text function. So on the right side of the comma, I need to give that partial text. Okay, the paragraph containing that particular partial text. Let's say I would like to locate this another. Here, another partial text I'll take, not the entire text, another text and paste it here. Okay, I want to locate the paragraph which contains this another partial text. Press enter. You see the respective paragraph which has this another text in its text content of this element is getting located. That's all good. But I want to locate the paragraphs on this website page which should not contain, which doesn't contain another text in its text of the element. So how to do that? This is a condition, right? You know that this is a condition. This condition we need to write inside the not function. So I'll cut from here and I'll write first not function. Inside the not function, whatever the condition you have provided using contains, right? Everything you have to write inside circular brackets. So inside circular brackets, you write contains, put a comma here. All the condition you have to provide. Text function, single quotes, and here another, right? Another. Now press enter. You see the first paragraph is getting located because the first paragraph element doesn't have the another text in its another partial text in its text of the element. Okay, that's why the first paragraph is getting located, and this paragraph is not getting located because not should not contain because it contains another text. This paragraph is not getting located. So this is the answer for this question or challenge. So this is the answer for this challenge. Okay, this is also done. Let's go with the next one. Locate the checkbox fields which are not selected. Generally, we write the relative XPath expressions to locate the checkbox fields which are in selected state. But now I'm asking in an opposite way to locate the checkbox fields which are not in selected state. So for that, I'll be taking another sample application that is omayo.blogspot.com, omayo.blogspot.com. Once you are taken to this website page of omayo.blogspot.com, right click here and select inspect option. And here you will get the Google Chrome DevTools. And here on the right side, click on this double arrow and select selector sub. And now I want to locate the checkbox fields first, which are in selected state. Okay. If I inspect one of the checkbox field, which is in selected state here in the HTML code, you can see the tag name will be input for the checkbox field. The tag name will be input and type attribute value will be checkbox. Okay, these are the two things. Apart from that, all these checkbox fields which are in selected state will have this attribute known as checked attribute. Okay, now let's look at all the checkbox fields on this website page which are in selected state, which are checked or selected. Okay, so double forward slash tag name is input at the rate type is equal to checkbox. So that out of all the elements having the input tag name, I want to locate only the checkbox fields. And that too, I want to locate the checkbox fields which are in selected state. So the attribute name is checked attribute. For the checkbox fields which are in selected state, the attribute name will be checked. Okay, press enter. How many elements are matching? Two elements. So let's find out the checkbox fields on this website page which are in selected state. So if I scroll down here and just look at the right side, guys, okay, you see out of this two checkbox field, orange checkbox field is selected state that is getting located out of the two elements. This is one of the elements. Scroll down. These are radio buttons. They will not get select whether they are selected or not selected. They will not get located because here we have written at the rate type is equal to checkbox. They will not get located. Now coming to this one are checkbox fields. Pen checkbox field, book checkbox field, laptop and bag. Out of that book checkbox field is in selected state because we have written the XPath expression to locate only the checkbox fields which are in selected state. Only the selected checkbox fields are getting only two elements, right? So for two elements. So apart from that, no other elements. Okay, no other checkbox fields are in selected state. Okay, so if I have removed this, if I remove this part, okay, double forward slash input at the rate type is equal to checkbox. Out of that, all the checkbox fields, two elements are in selected state. If I write like this, you see total how many checkbox fields are there on this website page? On this website page, there are seven checkbox fields, but out of that seven, only two checkbox fields are in selected. How to get them? Write this extra condition, square bracket at the rate check. Then out of seven, two are in selected state. Now, can you tell me how many are in not selected state? How many are not in selected state? How to, you see, seven are the total. Two are selected state. Remaining five are not selected, right? So here, what I will do is this at the rate checked, right? This at the rate checked, I will write inside the not function. Then it will do the opposite. So not at the rate checked. So the checkbox fields on this website page which are not in selected state will get located. So you see, it will come from here. You see out of orange and blue, the checkbox field which is not in selected state got located here. Out of five elements, this is one element which is getting located. And here you see one, two, three. Pen, laptop, bag. Okay, three more checkbox fields. Top one is four. We need to find one more. Here is one more, which is in not selected state. So this is how we need to write the XPath expressions for locating the checkbox fields which are not in selected state, And the final challenge, guys, final challenge, by solving all these challenges, you will get good knowledge on how to use this not XPath function in XPath expressions for locating the elements that does not match the given condition. Okay, opposite of the condition it should. Okay, that should not match the given condition. If you are giving a particular condition, if you want opposite of this condition or should not match the condition, you have to give the not function in the XPath expressions. Now, the last one, locate the text fields which are not disabled. Generally, we'll locate the text fields which are in disabled state. We'll write the XPath expression like that. But here I'm asking locate the text fields which are not disabled. So on the same application page, there are a lot of text fields, right? First, let's find the text fields, how to write the XPath expression to locate the text fields. So generally, text fields will have input tag and their type attribute will be text. Type attribute will be text. Press enter. Total how many text box fields are on this web page? Total nine are there. So out of these nine text box fields, this is in enabled state. This is also in enabled state. This is also in enabled state. This is enabled state. Okay. This one is also enabled state. This one is also enabled state. This one also enabled state, but this one is in disabled state. Okay. Not all text box fields are in enabled state. Okay. So one, I can say that only one on this website page is in disabled state, remaining eight are in enabled state. But if I write like this, all the enabled and disabled text box fields will come. But what if I want only the disabled text fields? That is only one. At the rate disabled attribute you have to use. Why? If I inspect that disabled text box field in the HTML code, you see it will contain attribute name known as disabled. If you write that condition like square bracket at the rate disabled, only one element, that is that particular disabled text box field will get located. What if I want to locate the text box fields which are not in disabled state on this website page? Opposite of this condition I need to write. That means this at the rate disabled, I need to write inside the not function here. Okay. It will do the opposite at the rate disabled. Now press enter. Remaining eight text box fields are in enabled state, which are not in disabled state are getting located. Okay. So this is the answer for that challenge. So hope guys you are able to understand how to use a not XPath function in XPath expressions for locating the elements that does not match the specified condition, that should not match the specified condition. We have to use not function in XPath expressions. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.